Akademiks. Here we go. And what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Huh? Wait, hold on. Why did that just happen? Oh, okay. That was weird. Okay. Good. All right. Welcome, people. Welcome. Chat. My bad. I know I'm late. Little drama going on. Bunch of waste people around me. You see me? I be trying to work all day. I don't like bring my personal business to the internet no more. I just have a bunch of waste people around me. I feel like, I'm always trying to work. They got drama. Their drama bring me down, and I try to get through it. Anyway, part of the reason why I was late today, because I should have got on, what time was I supposed to get on today? Like, I was supposed to get on like 11:10. I interviewed, I might not know this guy, but some of y'all might. I interviewed Skrilla from Philly. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I couldn't tell if the nigga was capping or just being all the way honest. The nigga did get shot in Chicago. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. The nigga showed me his bullet wound and everything. I was like, what the fuck? The nigga detailed the whole, I guess him and Brandon Buckingham that went to Chicago, there was a bunch of shots getting fired. He told me the whole thing. Anyway, interview coming soon. But yeah, I was doing that. You know what I mean? I got to clone myself that one person could be on stream all the time. But anyway, I'm here. Anyway, we got a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of shit. Also, chat. Oh my God. I wish I was a snitch. Like real snitch. Like snitch. Yo, chat, I got a call today. In time, I'll be able to tell you about it. Just mark today. Be like, Ak will tell us later in the future what today was. Crazy. I can't say now. But one of the top, I'm going to say 10 wildest calls I've ever got. Like, I'm still in awe about it, but wow. Again, at some point I'll be able to tell y'all about it. I can't tell y'all about it now. Okay. Let's see. Cool. So let's get into a few topics that's Meek Miller's. Yo, Meek my favorite tweeter. Okay, ever since that nigga blocked me, this is how you know. I really enjoy Meek's entertainment. I had to make a burner account to go follow Meek. Okay, I got a burner account following that nigga, not to engage with him, just to read the hilarity. And I like reading tweets from retarded niggas. I mean, slow niggas, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I got a Twitter following him. He entertained us today. There's actually an update on the Diddy case. Diddy's win yesterday kind of got taken back slightly. We're going to tell you about that. Future and Metro Boomin did a whole cover story with GQ where basically, you know what I mean, I was watching them boys Michael Jackson moonwalk, you know what I mean, and I told y'all, which is kind of like odd. I'm surprised they're kind of trying to stand on this like odd point. Remember I told you, so once, I ain't gonna put my sources out there, but the source, when I said that Future and Drake never talked, you know what I mean? I can't, come on. Right? Keep in mind, you know me. Here's my motto. Just to be, again, sometimes I don't like the name drop. And the only reason why I never didn't say who told me, or if both of them told me or none of them, they didn't want me to name drop them. Anyway, the point is this. You know me. I don't talk to second in commands. I only talk to the exact person. So when I tell y'all somebody's that I have really credible evidence, nigga, I ain't hear from no yes man or some weed roller nigga. You know who I heard it from. Like, I'm just going to let y'all use your mind, though. Anyway, beyond that, the second thing was, and this wasn't like a main source. This was like a third-party source, I ain't gonna lie. But this source is legit, though. They told me, and I told y'all this before. I said, yo, yes, Drake and Future didn't talk, but there was a conversation, an OVO conversation with XO. There was a lot of tension with OVO and XO. I don't want to get into some of this stuff. It's music and some other stuff, and y'all either gonna use your brain or not. But I'm not here to spell everything out. From what I heard, there was a conversation. I actually heard the details of how the conversation happened, but a direct, alleged, I'm gonna just say alleged just to say it, but Even though nobody's gonna discount what I said because it's fucking facts. Face to face. People talked. People talked. Won't tell you who. Use your brain. Okay. Exactly. So there was some conversation. Anyway, that conversation, and I've been saying from the longest, a lot of this like beef stuff, like Kendrick's just a weirdo. No disrespect. He's just a weirdo. Like he's been hating on Drake for like 10 years. We'll put him to the side. This whole like Avengers versus Drake shit is essentially like it's not necessarily that, right? Like, has Drake fucked some of these niggas bitches? Yes. I actually know the real reason behind the whole Metro thing, which, by the way, Metro also commented on. We're going to talk about it. And even what he alluded to, that's exactly what I heard too. It doesn't have to do with any woman, even though I think Drake at first thought it did. But the main thing is this. Remove Kendrick away. A lot of this came really from EXO. And EXO has this influence when it comes to, obviously, Metro, Future as well. What kind of happened is there's obviously personal, like, and it's really small shit. But niggas kind of like got tight at Drake or whatever. And that kind of led into a whole thing where, yeah, they kind of were not seen eye to eye. The album drops. That would have nobody would have probably even really cared that much because they would have probably made up probably in a year. Not Metro and Drake because they were never that close, but probably Future and Drake. But then Kendrick drops a nuclear diss, or people call it nuclear diss, and then it's almost seemed like they're all with Kendrick. But really, Kendrick just been hating for 10 years, period. You know what I mean? So anyway, long story short, the conversation with EXO happens, EXO and OVO, and it's kind of almost reiterated that, yo, listen, bro, shit not that deep. We not really going that hard on whatever. Obviously, there's been, and also here's the thing, EXO and OVO share some of the same dudes that hang out together. So like they've I don't want to call it beef. They've not seen eye to eye and then kind of fixed it like 3 or 4 times from what I've heard. Now, when it came to Future, because that's also in the mix of, the EXO lineage, it was explained to Drake because Drake really was believing that, this is like a 20v1. By the way, my source for this isn't Drake. This particular part, I'm telling you. They're like, yo, listen, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Drake, Future didn't know Kendrick was going to do that. Which I don't know if I believe or Drake believes, but that's kind of what was being said to me. That's what I heard that, and I'm sure at some point Drake and Future are going to get on the phone because the tension's kind of brought down. They've sent word that, yo, shit ain't, it ain't up like that. And yeah, so that's been the energy. Anyway, forget what I heard. I think what I heard is validated by even how these guys responded because a GQ article came out where essentially they're kind of downplaying the beef or they're kind of acting oblivious. And whether they're acting stupid or not, it's clear that they're not trying to like continue the beef. That's one thing that I took away from it. It's not like they're basically saying we're not standing on this issue. Okay. Now it's up to y'all if y'all want to be like, oh no, they're acting, they're being facetious. That's up to you. Okay. All right. We're probably gonna get into that first. But we do have some Diddy stuff, some Meek stuff. We have some Tory stuff. And then we have some YNW Melly stuff. So YNW Melly is actually suing the jail. He's trying to get out of jail. Tory claimed in his writ of habeas corpus, which is this innocent plea or innocence like appeal, that yo, why y'all got me locked up? We can't find the gun, we can't find the bullets, and we can't find the fragments. And they came back and said, here they are. So Tory got to go fix up and figure out what's going on. But apparently they found the gun. So we'll get some updates on that. Anyway, actually, fuck all that. Let's get straight to the bullshit, right? Let's get straight to the bullshit because I know some people are probably in here tuned in just to hear me talk about Future, Metro, and Drake. All right, here we go. So, apparently, there's a GQ. See, GQ Metro Future. Here we go. So, Metro Boomin says his fallout with Drake was due to personal issues. Okay? That really hurt and disappointed him. By the way, that is a very accurate depiction of what I heard is his problem. And again, I want to be fair, and I know some of y'all are going to be like, don't talk around if you're not going to say it. It's not really my place to say. It's not really my place to say, but I completely understand it, and I don't know if you guys will ever know. I'm pretty sure at some point I said it, right? You know, but that's after the people who definitely know, who told me, are probably cool with me telling, or they don't give a fuck anymore if they squash it. But I'll probably tell it that, but I don't think they'll speak on it. But I'll give some context to it. What this said is exactly what it's about. Something that Drake did or said that made Metro feel away. Now, you could use your brain. What could get a nigga in his feelings like that? You might not actually get it, but whatever. And it's not just saying, it's like actions. So whatever. Anyway, so this is actually very accurate to what I know about the nature of the relationship with them, right? Now, I know Drake kind of like rapped about that there's a girl involved, and I don't know. All these dudes share the same girl. Maybe Drake thought that that's why the nigga was mad, but the nigga's upset over a personal issue, like a real personal issue. And remember when Metro had tweeted out, he said, I won't even say what happened. And by the way, that's another reason why I'm not also saying what happened, because people who, or how I know I'm sworn to secrecy. When he says, if I ever told people, like, you would look crazy, you would be embarrassed. Yeah, Drake doesn't look good. It doesn't look good in that. But it's nothing with him fucking a bitch, right? Now, did he fuck Metro's bitch or one of his side chicks or whatever? Maybe. Who cares? But that's not why Metro's mad, that's kind of good, right? Okay, so it said Metro says the fallout with Drake was due to personal issue that really hurt and disappointed him. Let me read through it. So Metro Boomin has shed some light on the conflict between him and Drake in a new interview with GQ magazine. Metro in the future appeared on the cover of the magazine Men of the Year issue, and the quotes from the unreleased piece were shared by Elliot Wilson on social media on Wednesday. It said, me and Drake, we had a personal issue. And for the record, it's not over no girl or no silly shit like that. Metro told GQ senior editor Phrase Tharp, courtesy of Wilson. It says, it was a personal issue that hurt me and really disappointed me. But if you take all the rap entertainment out of it, it's like, have you ever been really cool with somebody and y'all fell out over something? He continued. Happens every day. It's just regular shit. This just happens to have an audience. Okay? Metro also emphatically rejected the theory that he concocted this plan to collaborate with Future and others for the sole purpose of attacking Drake on his 2 collab albums, We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You. People think we sat for 2 years making 2 albums to be like, yo, fuck this dude. What type of shit is that? The 31-year-old producer stated. You really think that we're going to spend that much time, effort, resources into trying to get somebody or get at somebody on an album? Blowing budgets on 2 albums, going over budget? That's some serious hate. Neither one of us rock like that. Metro also admits he regrets posting malicious tweets about Drake, calling it a moment online, and acknowledged that he should have showed better restraint on social media. Now, I did have my moment online, which I do regret. I should have been stronger than that. That was out of character for me. But at a certain point, it's like, I don't rap, bro. So you're going to just shit on me on all these songs. Of course, Drake did say on the song, what did he say? Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Right? I'm not going to get in the booth. So I'm finna tweet at you. Okay? Meanwhile, Future appeared to act completely oblivious. Completely oblivious to the existence of a feud. Yo, there was a beef? He asked with a smirk. He says, I didn't even know there was a beef. I didn't even know they had nothing going on. I ain't never participated in no rap battles, man. Future also questioned why no one wondered if he felt a certain way from being excluded from the Big Three discussion, especially when Kendrick Lamar declaring himself the best while saying or calling out both Kendrick and, not Kendrick, Drake and J. Cole on Future Metro's song Like That. He says, I'm supposed to be the one who gets mad. I'm still confused about that. No one cares what I think. That's what's fucked up about this shit. To the point that I'm so player that I ain't even saying anything to the public about how I feel. Like, why is everybody mad when he was talking about me on my song? Y'all just forget about me? I ain't part of the Big Three. I'm nobody on my own goddamn song. And then he added, says, if I ain't get mad, nobody should have got mad. If I would have really been mad about it and made something out of it, then someone else could be like, oh, I can make something out of it. Okay? All right, cool. Perfect. And I mean, I think Future, I know people think Future's being sincere, facetious, like, you just kind of trolling a bit. I think he's actually being sincere. I think Future has had a disconnect with Drake in, obviously, Drake takes a lot of this personal because the biggest song in the world for this year is Not Like Us, which is calling him a pedophile, and the origin of this pretty much back and forth in its original form, not original form, but this latest form, starts with Like That seemingly Kendrick's verse was a response to First Person Shooter. Now, I think Future is saying, bro, I know in y'all mind, the Big Three is y'all niggas, but when I hear Big Three, you think I don't think I'm in that shit? But I don't feel no way about that. So why and I actually think that's accurate, to be honest. I think that's accurate to how Future might process it, to say, yo, the nigga said Big Three. If you feel like he was shooting at you and you alone, and you felt you need to respond, bro, that's not on me. Because, nigga, I think I'm in the Big Three. And I feel like I had to do shit. Right? Now, obviously, there's some missing context here, because one could easily say to Future, like, Future, stop playing dumb. First Person Shooter, J. Cole actually says, we the Big Three, like we started a league, but right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali. Right? Spider-Man memes me looking at Drake. Right? And then he has the other line about is me K-Dot and Drake or whatever, right? So the Big Three discussion, if we follow lyricism, was most recently termed and stamped by J. Cole. So if on a song by one of the people included in that Big Three, they say fuck the Big Three, of course it's easy to say they're not saying fuck you. And I think that's where I think Future's being a little bit facetious, but I think he's also being honest, right? I don't think Future looks at hip hop how these guys look at hip hop. That, and honestly, truth be told, I don't think J. Cole bigger than Future. I think if we talk about Big Three, the Big Three should have been, I don't know. Well, after the diss, you put Kendrick in it, but before the diss, my Big Three would have been Drake, Future, and I don't think Kendrick, like, just coming off Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, Kendrick wouldn't have been Big Three to me. If we're just talking about the most impactful, biggest artists. Now, it's different if we're talking about who you think is lyrically the best or whatever. That, obviously, you put Kendrick up in there. But if we're just talking about who's been most influential, the most lit, I got Drake, I got Future, and who would have been in the Big Three otherwise? I don't know if it's Travis. Who would have been? I think that Big Three conversation is so dated. It's like a 2010 type of thing. Like the new school of hip hop, and then it turned into these guys became the legends. But after Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I'm not putting Kendrick in the top three. And I still wouldn't even put. Am I tripping? I have been drinking a little bit. Somebody said 21. Nah, not 21. Yeah, I was thinking about Trav. Yeah, I think Trav. Nah, Dirk wouldn't be in the top three. No. Yeah, I think the Big Three would have been Drake, Future, and Travis. like literally going into this year, before we get to March, it appeared that the big three was Drake. Future definitely was in it. But I think we would probably say it's not that same, Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. Now, I'm not saying these guys don't sell. Kendrick has a really loyal fan base. Same with J. Cole, they would always sell. But culture wise, and who was the biggest in the culture, we were watching Travis like sell out like hundreds of thousands of tickets for festivals. Even though I know he ain't do Astroworld Fest in a while, but his tours were going crazy. We were watching literally Future. Future kind of elevated to a position where like you realize he's that nigga, right? And other than that, I think it was just Travis, Future, and Drake. I agree. Somebody said Kanye. I would put Kanye in there, but the only reason why he doesn't get in there is that my boy literally went. He said he was gonna go DEF CON, whatever, on whoever, and then he went independent and like great year. And by the way, Kanye had the best year for an independent artist, if you ask me, ever. Like Kanye dropped his album literally via it was so independent. The same distributor he used, you could just like sign up for an account and drop music via them tomorrow. That's how simple his shit was. But it's Kanye, and it did really well. He did obviously Vultures 1 and Vultures 2, and I get it that's also a collab album, but Kanye had a really good year. But if we're talking about just big three, we're not only just talking about this year, we're talking about like in the last couple of years. And I still think that would be Drake, Future, and Travis. The problem with Future and Travis is that, let's be very clear, and I'm not trying to like say this to be controversial or nothing like that, but let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think J. Cole is more influential to hip hop than J. Cole? No, wait, sorry. I said, do you think that J. Cole is more influential to hip hop than Future? I'll go with Future. I mean, there's even a point. I might think Future is more influential than Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, Future's really the guy. Like, these other guys, they're great and they're very popular. But if we're talking about influence and these guys really having that stronghold of changing the context and the climate of shit, I don't know how you could say that J. Cole is more influential than Future. Hell fuck it, though. Am I tripping? Wait, okay. So y'all think that J. Cole more influential than Future? Maybe down in Fayetteville. I don't get it. I see a lot of people saying Thug. With all due respect, I know we hyped on the Thug trend coming home, but Thug and Future not in the same conversation. Bro, I'm like, as time went on, I realized Future really like the Jay-Z of Atlanta. Like, Thug is not a Jay-Z of Atlanta. It don't work like that. I'm sorry. He's fire. Thug is the Lil Wayne of it. Well, there's already a Lil Wayne of Atlanta. My bad. But you know how they compared, like, okay, there was like a comparison between Jay-Z and Wayne, when Wayne is like, well, if he's Jordan, I'm Kobe, or whatever the case is. Like, that's kind of like, yeah, if you get what I mean. Somebody said Playboy Cardi. Respectfully, stop it. Future, the king of Atlanta, just stop it there. He's the king of Atlanta. And Atlanta been running hip hop for the last damn near 15 years. That's why I wonder, some of these guys might have a bigger loyal fan base, but their impact doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I really think that Future might be just as or even more influential than Drake. Being honest. Future's really that guy. And by the way, here's the thing. I got a Vlad TV clip coming out soon, so you're gonna see it. But I want to give this quote because I said it on there. I said whether, and this is for the people. I got to say this off top because you're gonna have these people try to chop it up and social media. The K bots are always going crazy. This is like, oh, Ak is coping. Okay, we'll give you the battle. We don't give a fuck. It's cool, great, have fun. Battle's over. Get it. That's what you want to say. Kendrick won, great. Now, I said what's interesting in hip hop is that a lot of shit recently reflects what happened in the country. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I hate to name drop, but I will. I forgot what topic we were talking about. Well, me and Drake had the conversation too. And Drake said the same thing, which I was like, oh, maybe great minds think alike. And he said, yo, this feels like almost some election shit. And I was just like, yo, bro, because I remember one time I'm giving you a little bit more of the conversation I've ever had with him. I was just like, yo, bro, I forgot what happened, but me and him were having a conversation, and the conversation was, kind of like analyzing the landscape, and I was just like, I'm a huge fan of you, but I like it when I'm the biggest critic of you too, right? Like, yeah, I've seen me criticize Drake a lot of times. But we're in this era where it's like, if you like Drake, you can't critique him. Or else Drake fans are going to think you're switching up. And if you like Kendrick, you can't critique him. Or else Kendrick fans are going to think you're switching up. So it turns into an election thing. It's like Democrats and Republican, right? So it's like there's somebody Republican right now that don't agree with some of Trump policies, but they're not going to say it. Or when Kamala Harris was running, there's some people that agreed with some of her policy, but not all of them. But they didn't want to criticize her because people were going to look at them like, nigga, you fuck with Trump? So that is kind of very true. Hip hop for the last year turned into the election, right? Where it's like, who are you voting for, Democrats or Republican? And if you're on one side or the other, you have to act like that person's a perfect angel. And if you are on the other side, you got to act like that other person's a perfect angel. And you only got to throw your criticisms over the aisle, never at the guy that you like. And that's very election-like. And as I've thought about that over the last couple months, I realized this is completely true. Hip-hop went through its own election. And here's the election they went through. Whether you think Kendrick won the battle or not, the battle isn't the war. The battle is, okay, great, this guy's dope. He delivered in a very tense back and forth moment. Did he get the better of the other person? So if you think Kendrick won, great. For some Drake fans, if you want to think Drake won, great. Okay, if that's what you want, cool. But there was a war being fought, and the war is the election. The election was Drake has overstayed his welcome slightly. Well, not slightly, definitely. If we look at, I'm doing a politics comparison here. A president could only serve 2 terms. Drake has been the hottest rapper, undoubtedly, since, I want to say, let's go after Take Care, 2012, 2013, at least for 10 years. If we're going by, which, by the way, no one has a 4-year run is really long. Hip-hop runs are about like 2.5 years. Look at Baby, right? Like, Baby was super hot 2020, dropped My Turn. By the time it gets to 2022, 2023, cold. Let's be honest, right? Nigga ain't get reelected, right? So just follow me in this train of thought. Drake is like on his like 3rd, 4th, or 5th term, because really I'm thinking of terms aren't 3 or 4 years, they're like 2 or 3 years, right? So Drake has kind of overstayed his welcome a bit. So this, beyond the battle, this was probably another opportunity to have an election on who's going to be the biggest, most influential, the guy at the top. Numero uno. This was an election that of course, the battle contributed to, right? So Drake lost the poll there, if you want to say that, right? He lost the poll. He's down in the poll there. And here's the argument I made. I probably made it more succinctly on Vlad when I said it. I said, if we're going to treat this like politics, Drake, LA or the West Coast, huge region in hip hop. Everybody respects LA. Everybody respects the West. Drake lost that, right? Let's think about like politics. Does Drake have the East Coast? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he just completely has it. He might have a little bit more, but it's not like that's his stronghold. And then Canada doesn't really count because it's like, we've never been like, yo, it's Canada versus the West. Like, that sounds crazy. So what I've said is that, yeah, Drake might have a little bit of the majority on the East, but he doesn't own the East Coast, right? Like, that's not, the East Coast ain't just be like, yo, we're just blindly jacking Drake. As opposed to the West, they're blindly jacking Kendrick. So I looked at it in terms of politics. I said, what's gonna happen if Drake is gonna lose that inevitable top spot? There's always one rapper at the top spot. I know some of y'all want to create like there's 5, no, there's 1. There's only one rapper that operates and takes the crown and sits on the throne. 2 niggas don't sit on the crown, they don't sit on the throne, they ain't lapping it up, it don't go work like that. So for me, this was an election year. And it was probably the year that Drake was probably going to get voted out. Except, I said, and again, you need to know a little bit about politics to understand the analogy I'm trying to make. I said, yes, Drake lost the West. Maybe he used to have 70% of the East. Now it's probably, maybe it's like 50-50. But I said, Drake still won the election. And what I mean by the election, I'm got to keep reminding y'all, being the number 1 guy sitting at the throne overall for the next 2 years or for the next year or so. I said he won it by keeping or winning the swing state. What's the swing state? For me, Atlanta, Houston. I know these are not states. They're cities. Atlanta, Houston, Miami. But Atlanta specifically. So when it came to Atlanta, I honestly believe, fuck what Kendrick's doing. If Future goes against Drake, I think Drake is in a world of trouble. It's the reason why I hear that when Thug get out, yo, let's go grease Thug up, man. Yo, Thug, get that Millie real quick. Atlanta is a swing state. You know why a lot of these rappers were silent when Drake was getting into it? Because they felt Future was on the other side. I'm telling you, Future is that nigga. He's the Jay-Z of Atlanta. So, okay, I think what this showed to me is that Drake won that swing state in the sense of, I know somebody will be like, this, what type of, but it makes sense. Thug's home. Him and Thug clearly locked in. And clearly, whether it's through EXO or not, the Future shit, and Metro not as much, but like the Future shit has kind of came down where they're not doubling down and they're almost kind of like leaving it open to say, we might be cool. We might be cool with this guy again. Now, what's actually interesting and funny about this, right, is that, and I think I know the guy who did the interview. Here's the problem with this interview, though. And this is why even when, I was talking to Wack and he's like, yo, Paru, man, DeRozan from Compton. And okay, that sounds cool. But at the end of the day, these are regular humans who had relationships with each other. Here's the question that has to be asked to these guys, right? When Future's like, oh, I didn't know there was a beef. DeMar's like, nah, Drake's still my mans. Huh? All these people acting like they didn't maybe choose a side. Here's the question that some interviewer has to ask. Kendrick accused Drake of being a pedophile. Where do you stand on that? That's the hard line that these niggas got to answer. Because here's the thing. If you believed anything that was said in Not Like Us, and you believe that maybe Kendrick was pointing out something that's factual, that maybe Drake likes little girls or kids, you look crazy being friends with him or even backpedaling from what he's been accused of. That's the question I want everybody to answer. Hey, I know y'all say this just rap beef, but yo, they said he was a pedophile. What you think about that? You think he a pedophile or you think Kendrick's a liar? You got to pick a side. There's no in between. Do you think he's a pedophile or do you think Kendrick's a liar? It's either one or the other. I can't wait for that to be answered. But anyway, I don't know what you guys thought, but for me, I'm going to call it Cop and Please. This is Cop and Please 101. You dropped 2 albums. We don't trust you. We don't trust you still. You have The Weeknd singing, talking about you got your shooters doing TikToks. You put Rakim, a.k.a. A$AP Rocky, on there to get his disses off. You basically seemingly put everybody who needed to diss Drake on your project. And now you're saying, well, of course we didn't create this project thinking, how could we diss this guy? But we listened to the project and it felt like, how could we diss this guy? You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna count it as Cop and Please. Now, I do have a very stern message to send to Drake. And I want to send it publicly. I think Drake is one of them people who, despite him saying fake love or making songs like that are talking about no friends in the industry, he has been the victim. Or not say victim. He is purposely gotten into friendships or been around a lot of fake shit willingly. Let's be very clear. If I see Drake and Future acting like they're best buddies again, at that point, count me out. Drake's just a fucking idiot. Even if Future is trying to do like a slight backpedal here, it clearly tells you that he's down to act like he's oblivious and stupid more than taking accountability. That's the nigga that said, oh, I didn't know I dropped your location to your op. I didn't even know y'all were beefing. What? Huh? I thought you were my mans. So I just want to say that we're going to, this is the notice to say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a fucking idiot, right? So I see what Metro and Future is saying, but if I see Drake back on that, oh yeah, it's FBG, OVO, we locked in, we tied up like shoelaces, my brother, we gonna have to look at him and said, we do want the music, don't get you wrong. But if it then goes wrong again, we're not blaming nobody. We're just gonna say, Drake, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay? I'm sorry to tell you. Okay. So yeah, Future. And by the way, again, I think this is pretty honest. Metro said, yo, bro, the niggas dissing me in the song. What did I forgot Metro's tweets. What did he say? Metro tweets Drake. Let's see what he said. He was eating up Drake. Of course, the K-bots were loving it. I'm lame. But the first week after, like that, you try to block it at radio. I've been sitting on this email for a month now, but was just sparing you. Oh, you ain't like that record? Yo, this is why I hate rappers. Y'all niggas is hoes. This is why, like, when y'all talk crazy, yo, you know this when rappers talk shit to me, I talk shit right back to them. I used to think these niggas were tough. They stand on business. Well, I know he a producer, but like, these niggas is bitches. Straight up and down, they bitches. Y'all gotta learn to stand on something, bruh. All of this tweeting. Here's the thing. You should still think Drake is lame as fuck if he did try to block the record. Now I heard that had nothing to do with Drake, but whatever. If you thought he blocked it, nigga, don't take it back. Told my, I shouldn't have did it. Nigga, fuck that nigga. That's what I don't like about hip hop. It's like the what that nigga say? Kwame Brown, the go along, get along gang. I don't like that shit. That's kind of corny. If Drake try to block your record, fuck that nigga. Wait, you can't say fuck that nigga? What else did he say? Was that it? I think he said something else. What the fuck? Oh, hell no. Oh, old tweets. This is when he responded to tweeter and deleter thing. Metro. Wait. Drake. Oh, this was it, right? I'm about to. What the fuck? What's playing?
Sincere thank you.
I'm about to.
Sincere thank you from me to you for an incredible year. We've been at this for a long time, and you continue to uplift me and accept me. So thank you. And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters.
Oh shit.
You guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? That's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. To the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters. You guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? That's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Incredible year.
You know what's so funny? I swear, when y'all find out why them two niggas are beefing, y'all gonna be like, yo, no fucking way. I mean, it does make Drake look a little bad, though. It does make... So there's two ways to look at it. You'd be like, yo, damn, Metro's sensitive. But to any regular human, they're gonna be like, nah, Drake, you kind of foul, bro. You kind of foul. Okay. All right. Was that it? I thought we had more info on that. Future. And by the way, I can't wait for Drake and Future to make up. I just don't want to see, like, Drake gonna have to stop this fake friend shit, okay? Drake, I will tell you this privately, but I'll say it publicly. All them niggas came to take your head off, and your fans had to stand up and really go to battle for you, nigga. If we see you back up in the club acting like y'all BFFs, we gonna realize you're a lost cause, nigga, and you got daddy issues. Ain't no way you should want to be fake friends with a bunch of niggas who, at the moment they thought you were at your weakest, they all pulled out their fucking knives and try to stab you up, my nigga. That's a fact. Let me see. Apparently Future turned 41 today. Future birthday. Is his birthday today? Oh, wow. Yeah, his birthday just passed. Cause it's yeah, just passed. November 20th. The Future's 41. I don't know why Future is like locked in for me at like 32. He's like 32 forever. Hmm. Okay. All right. Anyway, this is good though for Drake fans. Yo, Drizzy got Atlanta back, man. Next year, around summertime, Drake gonna have the summer bops. Um, you know, he'll be fine. Okay. Now, I've seen some of the K bots trying to like cope with this because they don't want to squabble alone. They want to feel like it's everybody that Drake is going against. No, that's just not the case. That's just not the case. And it clearly that whoever had problems with Drake, other than Rick Ross, because Rick Ross he hasn't budged. They've acknowledged that Drake has either helped them out or whatever, and they're not trying to just beef with this guy or just hate this guy, in spite of what supposedly happened personally. Some of them are down to just either ignore him, let it go, but not try to create a whole conglomerate of people to try to take him out, right? All right, let me see. What'd y'all say? Let me look at the chat. Whoa. God damn. Give me a second. Hold on, I'm loading the chat. Perfect. Oh, Sam Sneak up in this bitch. Sam Sneak, what up, brother? Oh, Sam Sneak is a Rick Ross DJ. I gotta hook up the Rick Ross Drake truce, and Sam Sneak is gonna be my secret weapon. Cause let's be honest, obviously that stuff that happened in Canada, that's Drake didn't do that. I mean, it's like these Canadian dudes was like, yo, we gotta do whatever. Well, anyway, here's the point. If we gotta go forever without any new Drake and Rick Ross music together, they make great music together. We gotta squash that beef. Yeah, Sam Sneak in the chat, man. Shout out to Sam Sneak. You think Gunna been in the big three this year? Nah. Okay. I bet. Um, Anything more I should address with that? Let me go on Twitter. Twitter be having like the biggest haters, bro. I'll react to some of this stuff, right? Oh, this fool over here was just like, yo, whoever you are, you bum ass nigga. Nigga, with all due respect to Elliot, anytime I talk, nigga, just notice. If I said I don't even want to, really, bro, I'm either talking to Future, Drake, I'm talking to the guys, bro. I'm not talking to no yes men around them, bro. I'm keeping the being with y'all. Just like, y'all should know this type of shit, okay? It's a reason when I say some shit, the artists don't come out and say nothing. I be dying for them to do it. I wish they would. Okay, all right. All right, I think that's it, man. I think that's it on that topic, right? Am I dragging it? What do y'all think about Future thinking that he's in the big three? I think that's cool. Future in the big three. He in my big three. You don't think so? Letha, where you work at? You said you at work right now? Security job overnight? Yo, I know there's a lot of K-bots in the chat and they're trying to cope. Yo, I keep telling y'all want to live in this moment and act like everybody's going against Drake? No. What's going to happen, let me tell you what's going to happen a year from now. We're going to realize that it's just Kendrick versus Drake. And Kendrick was fueled by a lot of jealousy and hatred. And is he a great rapper? Of course. Of course. But is he a fucking hater? Yes. This is what it is. It's all good. I mean, he said it himself. He said I'm the biggest hater. So you can't say like I'm just making that up. Nigga said I'm the biggest hater. Okay. Yeah, not Future's Atlanta, bro. Future's Atlanta. All right, cool. Yes, so you K-bots, all y'all gotta do is realize, yo, y'all have been lingering after this battle. Like, yeah, yo, not like it's a dope song. I bop out to it at times. Like I told you, I always love that part. But like, all eyes on me, and I'm gonna send it up to Pac. I love Pac. I think Pac is the greatest hip hop artist. Well, I used to say he's the greatest hip hop artist of all time. I've given that to Kanye now. So Pac 2 for me when it comes to that. Greatest hip hop artist for me, Kanye 1, Pac 2. I used to say Pac 1. Greatest rapper, Drake. Greatest MC, I think I give that to Nas. But Kendrick in the top 5 of that. Kendrick ranks ahead of Drake in that. MC. Only that. MC. Rapper, Drake's the best all time. Hip hop artist, Kanye's the GOAT. I've said multiple times my differences are on all three. Right? I got 3 lists. Greatest rapper, greatest hip hop artist, and greatest MC. And 3 Stacks is in my MC list too. I think he's top 5, if not top 10. Which he as well ranks above Drake in MC. But rapper, hell no. Drake's the GOAT. Wayne's the GOAT? Nah. Okay. All right. I think we're good. And by the way, I think the only person, we just got to fix the Rick Ross and Drake shit, if that could be even fixed. I know Drake was pretty upset. I don't even know where their issues really are. They claim that Drake and Rick Ross Rick Ross was mad at Drake over French Montana. But French Montana ain't said nothing since. Okay. All right. Perfect. Should we just move on to another topic? Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I'm addressing everything with this Drake and Kendrick shit. Drake, Kendrick. Oh, no, not Drake and Kendrick. I said Drake and Future. Some people say Future trying to get on Drake's good side after he realizes he needs him. No, I don't think that's the case. Now, I want to be very clear. I don't think Future is saying I need Drake. I don't think so at all. I think they're just realizing, like, yo, it looks lame as fuck if we're like Ant-Man, or we're like motherfucking, what's the nigga who shoots the bow and arrows on the Avengers, while they're gonna have Kendrick be like the Incredible Hulk. You get what I'm saying? Like, Future, like in Future's mind, you think Future think that Kendrick is more popping than him? Nigga, it's Future. Like, I really think that Future probably thinks to himself, like, nigga, I'm bigger than this nigga Drake. Nigga, it's Future. So I know people want to feel like, you know, he's like all these guys are looking at Kendrick like that. And that's what I took from it. Like, no, Future don't look at Kendrick like he's like some superhuman. And you don't look at Drake like that either. If anything, he was just saying, nigga, what are y'all talking about? What about me? And it's actually sad that you gotta say that, because Future's really that guy. Somebody says, Future dumbass think that interview is gonna get Drake back to work with him. Like all is good in the hood. Because he was clueless about if there was ever a beef. Mind you, his stupid ass recorded with every nigga that was anti. Yeah, I do think Future capping. But Future one of them niggas that I think him and Drake gonna solve it. Like, again, there's been messages sent on both sides, just not directly yet. And I think when they squash it, Future just gonna act like it never happened. It said Kendrick said, "Say Drake, I hear you like him young." And Future's like, "Huh?" So Kendrick really said a Drake diss track is the Kendrick really said a Drake diss track is the man he represents and tried to give us not like us some BS philosophical meaning. Metro Boomin and Future backpedaling like crazy. ASAP Rocky's never. No. Is this from tonight? Oh damn, y'all clip it fast. They do clip it fast. Good shit. Kanye claimed Future called him. Ooh, I remember this.
This even come about? Who called who? Yeah, Pluto. Pluto called me. I went to the studio, laid that, and then we went through the creative process, adding the chords, and called the hooligans, called them out in London to get on a joint. And, everybody was very, very excited about the elimination of Drake.
Yo,
We were not excited. We was energized.
this even come about? Who called who?
Yeah, Pluto called me. I went to the studio, laid that, and then we went through the creative process, adding the chords, and called the hooligans.
Yo, anybody with 2 eyes and 2 ears, man, could realize, listen, and for y'all K-bots, here's this. We don't give a fuck if Future lying or he's acting stupid. All we know, we know he's backpedaling. That's all we need to know. We don't give a fuck if he's didn't know. Because when I first heard, oh yeah, Future claimed he didn't know that Kendrick was dissing, I'm like, nigga, what? So even when Travis was jumping up on stage like a little girl, like, play like that. You had no idea? Okay, whether he's playing stupid or he really is stupid, all we know is that he's backpedaling. That's all we fucking know, okay? So moonwalk, my brother, moonwalk. That's all we can say. Moonwalk like Michael Jackson. That's all we can say. We don't give a fuck. But sadly, again, just in my opinion, I do think Drake eventually is going to do some music with him. So I said, Metro and Future walking back the whole beef definitely smells like wanting to get back in Drake good books. Look like Kendrick is the only one standing 10 toes. What's this nigga talking about? Nigga, Kendrick been hating for 10 years. These niggas been getting plaques and millions of dollars with Drake. Like that's not like some type of guessing game. Future and Metro only been getting their pockets fatter with their association with Drake. Kendrick been hating for 10 years. Okay. What does DJ Mustard said about that? Backpedal gang, cause a few of y'all been reaching out. Y'all drew the line. What the fuck we gotta speak about? Unfortunately, I actually think that Drake is gonna forgive all these niggas, bro. That's one thing I don't like about Drake. He should never forgive Meek. I think because of how important Future is, he's gonna forgive him too. And I understand it. I just don't want to see him do the fake brother shit like, yo, let's go on tour. Let's hug each other every fucking time we come out on stage. Yo, that's my brother. That's my twin. I don't want to see that. That's fake. I don't want to see it no more. Just make good music and keep it moving. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Enough of that. Let's get to some other shit. Did I touch on everything here? I know some people sent some donations. Let me kind of read them. Okay. Star status Chris says, Drake is a fool if he let Future play dumb and double back and be allowed to make more money with him. Well, here's the thing. Drake is strategic, okay? I'm telling you this as a fact, okay? Now, I'm not telling you this because Drake told me nothing. I'm telling you this as me as a strategist. Drake, listen, everybody keep thinking that, yo, Kendrick been a hater since he came out the pussy. Kendrick is just a hating ass nigga, right? Whether Kendrick likes him or Kendrick dropped 5 not like us, what Drake can't afford to lose is the heart and the core of Atlanta, right? And if him and Future were really going at it, I think all Atlanta artists would stay out the way. They would be like, yo, bro, it's Pluto, my nigga. We fuck with you, but we ain't going against Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And the most important thing I think Drake could do is to make sure, and that's why I keep saying the election. Yeah, of course I don't want him to be like mad buddy with a nigga who clearly was trying to end him, whether he's trying to acknowledge it or not. But I do believe that Drake needs Atlanta. I do think he needs Atlanta. For what Drake does, Drake needs Atlanta as a region. I believe he needs certain international influence. Like, again, you got to remember, Drake is like a behemoth that's this otherworldly type of shit. So when I'm saying that he needs these people, it's not need these people to just for the reign that he has, which I personally believe Kendrick has been jealous that no matter how good he raps, he's not tapping into 1/5 of the audience that Drake does. And this is actually fact. No matter how much you like Kendrick, go look at the tour sales. Go look at the tour differences. They both did the same arenas. Drake made 3 times as much as him. Go look at every metric that compares him. Drake is like 5 times as much. How do you get to be that point? Well, you need to have certain places. And Atlanta is one of them. I think no one in hip hop could really go against Atlanta. Atlanta is just, you need Atlanta. So, yeah. Okay. Let's kind of move on from that a little bit. Let's touch on, and I know we're late. We're super late here. I'm definitely going to come back tomorrow and kind of finish up a lot of stuff. Definitely just wanted to touch on that Drake, Metro, and Future thing early. But let's actually get to... Okay, I can't see that. Yo, let me give you one quick update in the Diddy case, and then we're going to... I'm doing quick updates real quick. Look at this. So, yo, this Diddy case is hella drama. So, here's the latest drama. Yo, did I post that? I don't know if I posted it. Fuck. Did I? Oh, okay. First of all, I'm going to do real quick updates. This is not going to take more than like 10, 15 minutes. Check this out, though. Yo, chat. I don't know if you guys are tapped in with my site, the Akademiks.blog. Again, if you guys ever want to see all the legal paperwork that I use on stream, go to the Akademiks.blog. Check this out. Diddy caught 5 new lawsuits today. 3 men, 2 women. But there was a 6th, and the 6th is a inmate from a federal, no, actually just in jail. Watch this, chat. You ever seen a federal, you ever seen somebody locked up sue another nigga locked up? Look at the lawsuit. I've shown you mad lawsuits before, right? You got to see this lawsuit right here. Oh, my God. Wait. Why the fuck is it not showing up? Oh, look. Look at this. Look at this, chat. This is a locked up nigga suing Diddy. The nigga just wrote David Johnson versus Sean Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy. This is how he filed his lawsuit. This is gangster. Look, United States District Court, blah, 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 blah. This is a civil action seeking relief for damages, blah, blah, blah. You want to hear this shit? The factual events of this claim are as follows. You got to watch. You got to listen to this, chat. Around the time of August 2018, when I was a minor, in the custody of my mother, Joy Kemp, I was sitting in my living room listening and watching YouTube videos of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. when my mother came downstairs and said, "What are you doing? You must want to be a girl. I'm calling, Angie B. Angie B's a family relative of my half siblings who live in Long Island and works in New York City." After this interaction with my mother, I was very confused and stopped listening to YouTube. About 30 minutes after the interaction, I was downstairs in my room of her house in North Chile? The fuck is this? I don't know what that is. Chile, New York. My mother began to cook dinner. She served me dinner a short time after. She served my siblings. So apparently the mom served the siblings food, then served him. Look, this is crazy. She served me dinner a short time after she served my siblings. I ate dinner, and about an hour later, I began to feel really tired. So I went to bed. My mother drugged me. And after drugging me, my mother put me in the car and trafficked me to a location unknown by me. While being, what the fuck is that? Oh, no, I felt a woman having intercourse with me without my consent. Then suddenly, Sean Combs shoved his penis erect into my rectum violently without my consent and began to unconsensual intercourse with me while the girl was having unconsensual intercourse with me also. I cried out in pain. Ah! Meek Mill cry. I would say this ordeal was about an hour long. This happened 3 times over the course of 2 days. I could feel the ordeal being recorded, and I heard fake moans covering up my cries. Stop! Please stop. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. It covered up my cries and my pain. I was unconscious, laying somewhere basically the whole time. Against my will, on the 3rd incident, I felt extreme friction, a burn and a pain and a discomfort in my colon. Okay, this nigga's a fucking liar. The mere fact this nigga know what his colon feel like is crazy. Yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This was torture. I felt as if I was going to die. I yelled out, "Stop, Diddy!" The women stopped having sexual intercourse with me. Sean Combs did not. He continued to R-word me after I asked him to stop until he ejaculated on my buttocks. God damn it. And anal opening. What the fuck? Who called their asshole an anal opening? After this, I was returned to some area where my mother was waiting for me, and I was stuck with a needle that had some type of fluid. Directly after ejaculating on me, I told Sean Combs that he was a F word and that I was going to kill him when I awoke. You stuck me with a needle. I'm going to pass out. You're a F word. I'm going to kill you when I wake up. Fuck me, though. That's clearly what will happen, right? That's crazy. So I told him I was going to kill him when I awoke. After waking up, I was still in pain. I went to my mother and told her I felt really bad and sick and dizzy and in pain. I was extremely confused and didn't know what had happened. If it was a reality playing games in my head or controlling my dreams, I searched on Google, how do I know if I have HIV? Because I thought someone stuck me with a needle to give me HIV. I was given some type of food by my mother, and I slowly began to feel better. See page 2A, what the fuck? I am claiming R-word and revenge porn and any other valid legal claims that may be applicable to Sean Combs' actions, like soliciting prostitution against one's will, I ask that the courts consider the fact that I have limited knowledge of the law. Everything I said is 100% factual to the best of my memory and knowledge. I am asking for relief in the form of $100 million. My booty still hurts. My rectum, my colon. Please. $100 million. Or whatever the court deems proper. Okay? I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Here's the date. Now this is page 2A. Shortly after this ordeal, I returned to football practice and everyone made fun of me, calling me P. Diddy. I began to spiral down a black hole, of loneliness and S-word thoughts. I began using drugs. I left home after having a fight with my mom's boyfriend, and I took to the streets. And yes, I killed someone. Yeah, killed someone. Diddy killed my booty hole. I killed someone. Makes sense. The pain, the humiliation was too much to bear. And now I'm in prison. And to add on to the R-word incident, when he first shoved his penis into my rectum, I said, what the fuck is that? At first, I thought I was dreaming. I tried to say no, but for some reason I couldn't. I couldn't say no. The dick was already in me. All I could say is, what the fuck? This was not consent for him to have intercourse with me. It was as if someone used mind control on me. I declare all the above to be true and correct under penalty of perjury. David Johnson. Oh my God, Chad. If you kill someone and you need to plead insanity or shit, maybe you need somebody to cover your legal fees. Why not, right? Yeah, this is crazy shit, right? This nigga filed a handwritten lawsuit. This is crazy. Oh my God, Chad. This shit is funny as shit, man. I can't even lie to you, bro. I can't even lie to you. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Now, this last thing on Diddy real quick. We're not doing too much on Diddy. All right. So, give me 1 second. Okay. Let me see. What date is this? Filed, blah, blah. What date was this? It was filed, da-da-da-da. This was filed, okay. Da-da-da-da. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Now, this is the big news that's going on right here, chat. So, yes, the judge did order for, this is Arun Subramanian or Subramanian. That's the judge in Diddy's case. He said, for the reasons stated at the hearing, the government, with the exception of the filter team, must immediately delete the photograph notes at issue pending, blah, blah, blah. And they got to confirm by today, or, at the end of business day today, that the notes have been deleted. Okay, Okay, cool. Now, that's not the main thing and the important thing. The government actually, or the judge actually, the judge actually wrote or addressed everybody else in another order. Check this out, chat. So this is the judge in Arun Subramanian. I can't say his name right. It says, in this October 19th, 2024 letter to the court, prior to the hearing that day, the defendant stated that the government investigator took photos of several items, including intact pages from 2 legal pads and ripped out pages from other legal pads. The letter also described the legal pads in detail and argued that they were privileged in part because on top of the legal pads, the defendant's folder was marked legal, in which it put anyone on notice that everything in the folder marked legal is attorney-client privilege. At the November 19th hearing, the defense counsel presented the court with an intact legal pad with legal written on the binding, stating that the legal label on this and the other pads showed that they were clearly protected by attorney-client privilege and should not be in the government possession. The court notes that the sealed exhibits, so now the judge is talking about something that's sealed we can't see. The sealed exhibits to the government's brief includes photographs of 2 intact legal pads taken at the time of the BOP sweep. There is no writing on the binding of either pad. At the scheduled hearing, the defense counsel should prepare to give the court further context on the legal label that the court was presented with at the November 19th hearing and address why this label doesn't appear on the photograph, and the photographs in the court possession and why blah, blah. Okay, let me just put this in layman's terms. The judge filed something himself. It's called an order, saying that there's gonna be an order to show cause or show proof by Diddy's lawyer. Essentially, they're saying Diddy's lawyers may have lied or tried to been misleading to get a favorable outcome by the judge. What was the favorable outcome? They said, yo, when y'all searched Diddy's cell and searched his locker, he had a manila folder that said legal on it. And whatever that was in there was supposed to be attorney-client privilege. So the judge listened. Remember, this is sealed, so they can't bring this in front of the record and just show it in court. But the judge looked at it after court, apparently, and they said what Diddy's lawyer said in court, that it shouldn't be admissible because it says legal, and there's a writing on the folder that says legal, and the judge even says, "Oh, y'all do this all the time? Okay, give me an example of it." And Diddy's lawyer's like, "Oh, we have an example here," and it was a folder that says legal. The judge went back afterwards, looked at the evidence, and said, "We have photographs of what they took from Diddy's cell. None of it said legal. So why did you tell me that it said legal?" So Diddy's lawyers has to either damn near admit that they may have misled the court. Of course, they're going to play dumb on some future shit. Or did y'all just lie just to get Diddy a favorable outcome to possibly get him bail? Because if y'all made an argument that this is attorney-client privilege and it was clear because it said legal on the folder, but it was never on the folder, y'all just made that up, that's a problem. So that's kind of working against Diddy. Diddy did score a small victory in court, but looked like he's coming back. You know what I mean? It's like if you watch football, somebody has a 45-yard throw and catch, and then the referee throw a holding flag saying, "Nah, it's coming back." So we'll see what happens with that. Okay. The next thing, and again, I really just wanted to get to that main topic. We're going to have to save a lot of this for tomorrow. So I'm going to give abridged versions, and tomorrow we're going to get into everything, right? So this whole thing about YNW Melly. So I'm giving you short versions of everything I'm going to explain. Tomorrow we're going to really get into it. This is all a lot of, I hate how the media reported on stuff like this, but I understand because it was good for clickbait. Like Hot 97 says, a federal judge orders sheriff to show cause why the rap star blah blah. Or YNW Melly could be released from jail in December if the sheriff office can't explain. Let me explain what's going on. I'm not going to bring up the documents. I'll do it tomorrow. What essentially happened is, first and foremost, we know that Jamel Demons, or Demons, whatever you want to call him, aka YNW Melly, went through a trial. He was found not guilty. Or not, let me stop. He wasn't found not guilty. There was a hung jury. Now, this is kind of controversial. By the way, one of the jurors actually wants to come on here. I'm not going to lie to you. The feds, and this is not no snitching, none. This is just what it is. Not feds. Sorry, I'm tripping up on words here. The state is really believing that they would have got Melly hook, line, and sinker guilty, not sentenced to death, but guilty on all charges. But apparently, and I don't know if you guys know this, one of the jurors on the jury is a huge YNW Melly fan. They concealed it through jury selection, through all these other precursors that usually weed out the people who are super fans or super haters. So when it came time to vote for Melly, and they sat through the whole trial, when it came time to vote for Melly, allegedly, this person said, bruv, I'm not voting guilty at all. And apparently they convinced like 2 other people and essentially turned into a hung jury. And because it was a hung jury, they granted a mistrial, right? And obviously the Broward County prosecutor's office said, "Oh no, we're going to try it again." However, it marks about like 3.5 years, almost like 4 years that Melly's been locked up. Apparently, he's been in isolation for a long time, and he hasn't been speaking to his family. So what he did was he sued Broward County Sheriff's Office in federal court to ask the federal court to basically examine what he calls is a writ it's kind of what Tory did. It's a writ of habeas corpus, which is like an innocence plea, and basically said that he is undergoing inhumane conditions where he's isolated. He's not being his illnesses aren't being treated. Basically, just all type of fucked up shit's been happening to him since he's locked up, and they're saying that there's a lot of evidence that said, yo, he's innocent. So what's gonna happen is that the Broward County Sheriff's Office, along with the prosecutors, they're gonna have to just like kind of give like what he's charged with and what they have against him again, because right now the judge is saying it looks like y'all are violating his rights. Why isn't he free, even if y'all are gonna try him again? So this is kind of a nothing burger, if you understand that term. The prosecutors is going to state that, oh, we believe he killed 3 of his friends or 2 of his friends. We believe he did it this way, and blah, blah. And that's what's the thing is the update everybody's running with is that the judge listened to the writ of habeas corpus, and they said, oh, we want an answer from the Broward Sheriff's Office. But again, their answer is just going to be reiterating the evidence they claim they have against him. So that's kind of nothing. All right. Okay. All right, let me see. What's that say? He's been locked up 7 years? Oh, that's since like 20. I thought it was 2020. Oh, he's been locked up since like 2018? No fucking way. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna just stay on stream. Just stay on stream. I got the main topic off. I gave the valuable insight on that, which is the Drake Future and Metro topic. I don't have to cover that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll come back. I won't cover the Diddy stuff unless there's new stuff on Diddy. I'll start with the YNW Melly stuff and kind of really break it down for you. And then I'll get into the Tory stuff, which this is putting Tory in a really interesting position. The Tory stuff, there's some Meg stuff because Meg actually, I ain't gonna lie, Meg is getting some W's in court, low key. And whether we, again, when we start talking about court stuff, it's not whether you like them or not, it's just what's the truth. Here's the thing. We're gonna be streaming probably around the time. I hate giving y'all times, but there's a YSL update on that trial coming to an end. And for Yak Gotti got directed verdicts on all of the charges that arose from the search of Thug's property. So those gun charges and drug charges that they also gave to him. There's a directed plea that he's not going to be held accountable for it. So like the jury can't find him guilty. They're going to do not guilty on that. Or not even actually enter a plea on that, or not plea, but a verdict on that at all. but he's still being faced with murder and racketeering, which is the big things. And I think the closing arguments are going to come either tomorrow or Friday, so we'll be able to analyze that as well. We do have some music stuff to talk about. I know I didn't talk too much about the J. Cole stuff. J. Cole dropped some, I don't know what the fuck it is, some spoken word. What the fuck did that nigga drop? We'll talk about that. Not only that, what else happened? So J. Cole dropped some shit. We talked about Tyler, right? Okay. We'll get to a lot more shit tomorrow, chat. But as for tonight, man, I just wanted to get that main topic out of the way. And I apologize for my lateness, my tardiness. But if I can, I'll try to get the Skrilla episode out tomorrow or the day after. But I appreciate you guys. Just came on here to try to keep the streak. I don't know if it technically counts as a streak since I started streaming at 2, but I tried it, okay? Chat, love y'all. I'm getting off of here for now, and I will be back on tomorrow. Expect at least a 6-hour stream. We'll do 6 to 7 hours and get everything in order, okay? Love y'all, chat. I'm getting off of here. Have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow, okay? Go get some rest.